All right, so let's check this one out.
Here are some signs that you are dating a loser. I have dated many losers in my life, so I am actually uniquely qualified to speak about this. If he slut shames you for the life that you had before him, loser! If he cannot execute. I mean, like, we love a methodical and thoughtful man, but if he is paralyzed with each decision that he has to make and you are acting as his mommy, his manager, he's a loser. If he thinks he is the prize and always viewing the relationship through the lens of what you bring to the table and making you prove your worth and your value. That is a man who does not know how to put his own self-interest aside. He will not know how to put you first. He is a selfish man and he's a loser. A man who has a history of chronic reckless behavior like gambling, addiction. And listen, we know that sometimes life just gets you and you have to go through hard times. But if you are a woman who has everything figured out, like, you cannot be spending your time dating projects. Okay, and lastly, a man who loves to share traumatic stories to gain sympathy. Okay, this is very different from like if you are dating a guy and you guys are getting very close and you are being vulnerable with each other. No, this is very different from that. This is a man who is literally just trauma dumping on you for the purpose of soliciting sympathy from you. Like, oh my god, like all my exes are so crazy. Like, listen to all the shit that my exes did. Most of the time he's only telling one story and he's probably in the wrong. Here are some signs.
I find it funny with a lot of women where women constantly are dating
A
losers.
loser. I have dated many losers.
Women are constantly dating losers. I, this is a thing where, this is a thing where I find interesting with a lot of women where, what's a big red flag with women is all the men that they chose to date. This is why men care about a woman's past, right? And she was talking about it. This is why men care about women's past. Yo, healing. What's up? What's up, my brother? She's projecting. Women love trauma drama. Trauma drama. Yes, they do. Exactly, they do. This is a thing where women's past matters to men. Because imagine this. You are Here's a woman that's constantly dating losers, and i.e. still single. What's that say about you as a man? This is the woman that you chose, and she has a history, predominantly a history of dating losers, men that she deem as losers. So imagine if you're dating her. God forbid you do something bad that she doesn't like. Now she deems you as a loser. Women that put all blame on the men that she chose, right? Because this is the issue. These are men that women chose. This is why I've said this is why dating is easy for women and women make it harder. Only women out of the two genders, right? Only women have an abundance of options. Women literally go into an ice cream store and see hundreds of options. Yet they choose the one option, right? They choose one out of hundreds. And then they call that option a loser. So really, who's the actual loser? The one that she deems a loser, or the one that wants to date the loser? That's the insanity with women. Women constantly say, oh, he's a deadbeat. He's a loser. He's a liar. He's a cheater. He's a womanizer. He's toxic. Okay, great. Who's worse? The men that you complain about, or you who wants to date these said men? This is I can never understand women that want to insult the men that they have dated. For me, no matter how shitty the women I've dated in the past, I'm not going to insult them, because here's the thing. It will only look bad on me. Because then if I say these women are, I don't know, I'm not saying that they are, but if I'm saying these women are 304s, these women are abusers, these women are the worst women in the world. What does that say about me when I wanted to date these women? That doesn't say a whole lot of great things about me. That's a red flag in and of itself. So right here, oh, signs of dating a loser? Yeah, because you wanted losers. Yo, Mr. Smith, what's up, my brother? Thank you for coming on tonight. A woman's past is her enemy and a man's stumbling block. Damn, bro, you have some fire words. I always love when you say shit. Right? I always love when you say shit because, bro, you spit bars.
in my life, so I am actually uniquely qualified to speak about this. If he slut shames you for the life that you had before him, loser!
If he shames her, right, slut shames her for the life she had before, what's that say? And again, these are the men she's dated. So more than likely, she has a high body count. This is, I swear, women would do anything they can to negate their past mistakes. They would do anything they can to negate the past mistakes. Because here's the thing. The whole insecurity talk, it's just another way to push off accountability. Again, these are things that are important for men to understand who he's dating. Women, to be honest, I think this is why women fail at dating. They don't give a shit about a man's past. They don't give a shit about a man's past. All they care about is him right now or him in the future. And then you wonder why, when dating is so easy for women, why are they constantly failing? Because how they go about dating. Women do not give a shit about a man's past. They don't. They don't want to hear it. They don't ask about it, really. They really don't care. And then you wonder why. It's like, oh, what? He's a liar. He's a cheater. He's an abuser. Yeah, you could have figured that out. What, with his last relationships, with his all his friends in the past, you could have figured shit out. I don't understand how women have great women's intuition, but you don't know nothing about this man. You don't know nothing about his past. But that's because of this mentality right here. Women don't want men to know about their own past. So they don't want to be seen as hypocrites, right? Because if they're asking about your past, guess what? They're going to have to tell you about theirs.
And not execute. I mean, like, we love a methodical and thoughtful man, but if he is paralyzed with each decision that he has to make and you are acting as his mommy, his manager, he's a loser. If he thinks he is the prize.
This is the whole thing that women need a man to plan everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yo, why? What's up, my brother? What's up? I think women left to their own devices are not able to decipher who is a good man to mate with. This is why back then fathers handled who their daughter. Exactly. 100%. Exactly. This is the problem. Women are too clouded by emotions. Oh my God, do I feel the vibe with this man? Do I feel the chemistry with this man? Is this man charming? Is he good with his words? Does he look good? Instead of, you know what? What type of man is he? What's his morality? What's his character like? How, what's his past like? Right? But no, they don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about that. And then you wonder why women are dating, losers or liars and abusers. Another season down, getting ready for the crab season. Bro, how long are you taking a break for? I hope you didn't just like go from one season to the next season. That's tiring. But I missed you, my brother. I missed you. Yeah, I find this whole thing when women chastise men for decision making. Do women not realize, okay, that they are the ones to create this dynamic where men don't know how to make decisions. Not that men don't know how to make decisions, but men don't know what to do. Women constantly complain, oh, I'm my own woman. I dated a woman who would chastise me for making plans. Yet she's the one who said that, oh, I want a strong, domineering leader type man. Okay. And then it's like, no, I don't want to follow your lead. I don't want to follow your decision. I don't want you to do this. I don't want to do that. Then what the hell are men making decisions for? This is a thing where men are, I believe, not all men, but majority of men are natural leaders. They don't mind and they would love to lead their family, their relationship. The problem is men don't want to fight about it. Men don't want constant battles. Okay? Men don't want us like, oh, let's do this. And then you said, no, let's not do that. It's like, then it's like, okay, then let's do this. No, let's not do that. Then you know what? Just tell me what you want. So many men are tired of this, right? Women constantly said, weaponizing confidence. Guess what? It's because of women. Women constantly question men on every fucking decision. Women constantly think that they're strong, independent, they don't need no man. So what are men supposed to do? It's either men force that shit down your throat or men just take a step back. Well, most men are good men, so they're just taking a step back and like, fine, I don't want to battle. You want to make decisions? Fine. What do you want to do? The rest of the week and also the weekend. Wow, that's not much of a break. I hope you don't wear yourself out, my brother. These women are the true losers. Exactly. Deadbeats and bums. This will become very apparent when sex robots become could be. Could be.
And always viewing the relationship through the lens of what you bring to the table and making you prove your worth and your value. That is a man who
I think it's funny when a woman says, "Oh, a man shouldn't care what she brings to the table, your worth, your value." And yet, here you are talking about man's worth and value, talking about what men should do and shouldn't do, talking about red flags of men. Hypocrisy much? It's like literally women don't understand. You do the same thing. You care what a man brings to the table. You just don't say it like that. Men are blunt about it. Men are straightforward about it. Okay, men don't like the whole fucking, flowery words or like, manipulation of words. No, men were straightforward about it. Okay, this is what I can do. This is my qualities. This is how I am. What do you bring to the table? What am I getting? Right, being in a relationship with you. What's so special? What's so amazing about being in a relationship with you? Oh, I'm the table. This is what you're getting right here. I don't need to say nothing. This is what you're getting right here, right here. That's it, right? This is what you're getting, right? I don't need to say nothing. It's like, seriously.
who does not know how to put his own self-interest aside. He will not know how to put you first. He is a selfish man and he's a loser. A man who has a
Put you first. This is a thing where I find it funny with women where they said men shouldn't be selfish. Yet women don't follow that own advice. But again, this is shit where because women are manipulating you, she doesn't want you to be selfish because you can't have two selfish people in a relationship. Guess what? She's trying to destroy your self-esteem, your needs and care for yourself, so you can care for her. This is why I promote men having self-respect, men having boundaries. I've said this. I get it. Selfishness is not terrible and essentially terrible. Extreme, right? Extreme selfishness where you only care about yourself. That is the border. That is the line that I honestly believe a lot of women are crossing. A lot of women are being insanely selfish. So done with that question. I'm very excited to see how the world looks in 5 to 10 years. You know what? That's the thing where a lot of us are. I've said this before. I think a lot of men are just sitting back, right? They're just sitting back and watching the world that women have created. Let's see if it burns down or not.
history of chronic reckless behavior like gambling, addiction. And listen, we know that sometimes life just gets you and you have to go through hard times. But if you are a woman who has everything figured out, like, you cannot be spending your time dating projects. Okay, and lastly, a man who loves to share traumatic stories to gain sympathy. Okay, this is very different from
One, I find this is the ridiculous of it. Women for years, decades, have bothered, have demanded, have asked men to be emotional, to share, to be vulnerable. And now women are demonizing men that, has opened the emotional floodgates. Women are demonizing it. Your emotion is too much. I don't need it. Who cares about your traumatic experiences? This is just like Healing said. Okay, I hope this fall we have a traumaculous too much. Man, I'm terrible with that word. Well, it will be probably a hard time, right? Um, I think that women will be suffering because this is the world that women created, and now women will not be able to deal with it. We have either men that are, yeah, that's an interesting word. I don't think I've seen that word before, but okay, like I said, women are either dealing with men that they have created themselves and now complaining about, or men are there they can't deal with the men that are just walking away because I think a lot of men are just done with a lot of women.
Like if you were dating a guy and you guys are getting very close and
Hello, Red Door Woman. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
you are being vulnerable with each other. No, this is very different from that. This is a man who is literally just trauma dumping on you for the purpose of soliciting sympathy from you. Like, oh my God, like,
Out of the two genders, who's the one who actually trauma dumps? Out of the two genders, who is the one who's constantly talking about drama, traumatic experiences? Who's the one? And I find it really disingenuous when it is okay for women to talk about their emotional turmoils or whatever emotional feelings they have. But if a man does it, it's trauma dumping. If a man does it, it's a red flag. If a man does it, it's a sign of a loser. Really? And again, and you wonder why men can't or won't be vulnerable to women. So if a man shares his traumas, it's trauma dumping. Yo, Lenny, what's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by.
oh, my exes are so crazy. Like, listen to all the shit that my exes did. Most of the time, he's only telling one story and he's probably in the wrong. Here are some signs that you are dating a loser. I have dated many losers in my life, so I am actually
Women are ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, women have created the men that they complain about. Literally, women have created the men that they
qualified to speak
complain
about
about.
this.
What do you guys think?